Buyers beware. If you purchase a flipped house, it may be a costly nightmare. My husband and I have flipped a house before, and I've also shown potential buyers flipped homes. Some are very nice houses when finished. I'm here to help educate you on what to look for and what a nightmare you might end up getting if you buy a flipped house and find that the flippers just put lipstick on a pig. So stay tuned. A flipped home is a house that someone buys at a great low price with the intention of fixing it up to sell and make a profit. And there's nothing wrong with that. And as I mentioned, my husband and I flipped a house and we planned to flip another one this year. But we went into it with the mindset that we would fix it up as if we were going to move into it ourselves or sell it to a dear friend or relative. We discussed it before buying the home that we wanted to do work that we would be proud to put our names on and to be honest and ethical about all we did. We could have made an even better profit than we did by taking some shortcuts and using some cheaper materials, but that's not our business model. However, it is the business model of some individuals or companies that flip houses. They want to buy cheap houses and they want to put lipstick on a pig and put it back on the market and make the highest profit they can with the least amount of work or money spent. Before I discuss this more, please be sure to like this video and share the video and subscribe. Thanks. Now, I'm sure most of you watching this have seen a home renovation show or two on television with some famous stars who do a great job of fixing up and flipping homes. But what is frightening for me to watch is the show about first-time home flippers, and when you see what they do to fix up a house to sell, and they know nothing about how to do things correctly. It's very scary to think that someone's going to buy and live in those houses. So if you aren't familiar with the term lipstick on a pig, it refers to real estate, or when it does refer to real estate, it's a term that describes someone buying a home that's a pig. It's in bad shape, maybe dirty, maybe outdated, rundown condition, and the flippers make superficial changes, trying to make it look better at first glance than it really is, like putting lipstick on a pig. But what you find out you have under those superficial changes, under the lipstick, is still just a pig. Maybe the pig had a bath and lipstick, but it's still a pig. I heard the figure that 80% of the houses on the market are on the market being flipped fall into the category of lipstick on a pig. But the good news is that means that 20% of the houses being flipped are potentially very nice homes. So as a buyer, how do you know the house that you're touring is one that is being flipped? And how do you know if they just put lipstick on a pig? Or are they like the twin brothers that you see on television that do such a fantastic job at home renovation? That's what I'm going to discuss. And at the end, I'll tell you how to download the list of things to look for when buying a home that's being flipped. So be sure to watch this through to the end. So first, how do you know the house is being flipped? Well, a good realtor will tell you this because they should have done their research. I just showed a house yesterday to a couple, and before I showed it to them, I researched it on the MLS. That's the Realtors Multi-Listing Service. I also pulled up records from the county for the history of the home, and I could see that it was bought 3 months ago by an organization, not an individual, and they bought it for $116,000, and they now have it listed for $180,000. That's $64,000 more than what they bought it for. So I looked at the property disclosure form, and I also contacted the listing realtor to find out a little bit more about the house before I showed it. And I also did a comparative analysis of houses in the neighborhood. By the way, I estimated it was $15,000 to $20,000 over what it probably will appraise for. But anyway, another way to tell if your realtor has not investigated this for you to see if it's a flipped house is to look and see if these 4 things are present because almost all houses that have these 4 things are being flipped. 1, all new appliances, usually stainless steel with the stickers still on them and the instruction books inside them. If some individuals putting their home on the market, they typically will not invest in all new appliances just to sell their house. They probably won't get their money back. I went into a house being flipped before, and the one yesterday too, and another telltale sign, all new appliances, but none of them are the same brand. They don't match because they bought the cheapest ones they can, usually at auction, but sometimes they'll just say, okay, here's the cheapest oven we can find. It's Frigidaire. Here's the cheapest refrigerator we can find. It's Samsung. Here's the cheapest dishwasher we can find. It's no name. I've never heard of the brand before. And I saw a house like that, and none of us knew what the brand was. But anyway, so all new appliances, sometimes they don't even match. They're not even the same mod or the same make. Okay, so that was number 1. All new appliances, usually stainless steel. Number 2, new countertops, usually granite. Sometimes I'll have new countertops or new cabinets in the kitchen, or all obviously freshly painted cabinets. Number 3, all of the walls have been freshly painted throughout the house. Sometimes the ceilings and the baseboards too, but at least all of the walls are painted, usually all the same light neutral color in all the rooms. And again, if you're selling your house, you usually don't go through and repaint all of your walls. An individual doesn't typically do that. Okay. 4, new floor coverings. New floor coverings throughout the house. Laminate floors, luxury vinyl tiles, carpeting. So let's say your realtor has informed you that this is a house that's being flipped, or you figured it out because it has all 4 of those items that I just mentioned: new appliances, new kitchen counters or cabinets, all the walls freshly painted, and new flooring. So if you know or suspect that it's a flipped house, what things do you look for to determine if it's a twin brother type of flipped house or if it's a lipstick on a pig house? These 3 things are things that flippers usually will not do anything about because it's too expensive. Number 1, not a new roof. You might see it needs a new roof or it is freshly patched in places. Number 2, the foundation and or support beams in the attic are cracked or they have issues and are not repaired. Number 3, heating and air conditioning that are not new. They will usually get it in working order, and sometimes they have it serviced but not replaced. So the first 4 items that I mentioned, new appliances, new countertops, painted walls, new flooring, those are the lipstick, but it's still a pig, and the pig is still there, and that's that roof that's not replaced and it needs to be replaced or repaired, the foundation or structural beams that are cracked, and the heating and air conditioning that are just in working order but not replaced. So you can tell a lot about a house from going up into the attic or going down into the crawl space or basement. Look for water damage from leaking roof or cracked foundation in the basement with water damage. Look for leaking sewage in crawl spaces. New air conditioning unit on the outside of the house, but an old component on the inside of the house that's not compatible. If there are some major renovations, for instance, a new addition or new bathroom, check with the county to see if a permit was pulled for that. Ask the seller for any receipts and warranties of any repairs they claim were completed. It's just so important to get a home inspection to protect yourself. If you decide to go ahead and buy the house, be sure to do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. I would highly recommend 2 things. 1, get a thorough home inspection, especially concentrating on structural components, the roof, the electric, the plumbing, and HVAC. And 2, get a home warranty. Hopefully you can get the sellers to pay for it and write it into the contract that way, that they will pay for a home warranty. So if you'd like a list of these warnings and suggestions I gave you, please click on the link in the description below in order to download a document I made for the things to look for in a flipped house. And if you like this information, please click subscribe so you won't miss any of my videos. Also click share to share it on social media or email it with someone you feel would want to hear this information. Until next week, when I post another video on all things real estate, so long for now, and may God bless you.